Yeah. Rationale says, you never know, man. Life's unpredictable. Tomorrow, for all you know, YouTube will crash and be dead. Cuddy says, I definitely wouldn't put my future into YouTube. It's been going down for a while. Yeah, dude, like, you guys know my YouTube channel, right? So, Level Up Your Game, I created in 2009 on YouTube. Um, I didn't know what the plan was. My plan with it was, see you later, Forrest. My plan with the YouTube channel when I created it was that I wanted it all to be free for the viewers. I wanted to help the tech community have good quality content so that everyone could learn how to play the damn game for once. And I wanted it to be free and accessible to everyone who wanted it. But I knew that the amount of work to make it at that level had to be paid for. So I knew that that money had to come from somewhere. And my plan was to get Bandai Namco, the publisher of the game, to pay for it, because essentially I'm helping them make money, right? If the game is accessible and more people can learn it, more people play it and stick with it and want to play it more in the future, I'm building their player base, right? I'm supporting their player base, so they should pay for that. That's the way I saw it. So that was always my plan initially, but then I realized when you're on YouTube, you can't do that because number one, you can't just tell like a company like, hey, I'm making your shit, pay me. And then number two, YouTube at the time, there were like 15-minute limits on videos and shit, so it was crazy. I found out you had to partner with like a network to get paid. So I partnered with Machinima eventually. This is like after like, I don't even know, a year or two on YouTube. So the first year or two on YouTube for Level Up Your Game, there was no money, right? None. And then when we partnered with Machinima, the money was pretty decent. It was like $300 a month. So at my peak on YouTube, I was making $350 a month on YouTube, right? And so it was worth it to put some time into editing videos, but what the hell is $300 a month gonna do? You know what I mean? It's not much at all, right? If you're trying to pay your rent and you have $300, you're like, well, this is not my job. You know, like this is some nice additional cash, but it's definitely not my job. At the time, you know, I was still like splitting the cash with everyone from the videos, right? Like Mike and True and everything too. So it was so minimal. But nowadays, my YouTube channel is like $100 a month, you know, and it's just sad. I don't even know. You have to have a really big YouTube channel now. If my YouTube channel was as big as it is now, back then, I would have made like probably thousands of dollars a month, which was crazy, which would have been crazy, right? But the whole thing is the scale of everything is continually growing, especially with the ad rate going down. So basically, the ad rate drop has the ad rate going down has beaten my sub rate going up on YouTube. So basically, my views are all worth less now than they were before. You know, I just started like streaming way more often. We did the morning bread and butters. Like instead of doing the full production YouTube studio kind of thing with my original tutorials, we said this online practice mode of this game. Let's just do it online, and we'll just stream it live, so we can just easily cut it onto YouTube. And I would have done the same thing for Tekken 7, but there's no online practice mode. So there's no way doing an offline film tutorial again. Not gonna happen. I mean, even for Tekken Tag 2, they paid us to make official tutorials in the studio and edit those, right? And unfortunately, like the AC in that room like messed up the mics and everything. But those tutorial videos were the only ones I've ever been paid to do through Namco. Is that right? Let me think about that again before I make them sound like a bunch of dicks. Yeah, I think that's the only set. So that set of videos for Tekken Tag 2 was the only thing we got to do officially through Namco. And those ones we were paid for. And because of that, I did all the morning bread and butters for free, right? So because we got paid to do something, I was like, you know, this wasn't a lot of money still, but to basically thank you for at least giving us a chance to make something for you, we will put together all these other morning bread and butters, right? So we did like maybe 4, I think we did 4 tutorials, right? It's like beginner, introductory 1 and 2, and combos. And then after that, we made like, for free after that, we made, I think, 35 to 40 morning bread and butter videos for free. So yeah, that was what it was, right? And the nice thing about doing it for free is that there's no restrictions, right? When we did the other ones, they were like, yeah, these videos have to be 10 to 15 minutes long. And I was like, we need to go longer. And like, my whole thing was, look, dude, I'm just trying to teach people how to play this game. They need to be longer. You know, I'm sorry, your game is complicated. I could make 100 videos and make them all really small videos, but let's just put all this shit together so that it's pretty decent. Anyhow, those videos came out pretty good, I thought, because, you know, when we did the Tekken 6 system tutorial stuff, it was our first time doing it. We didn't know what we were trying to do. We just realized, oh shit, all this stuff has not been taught before, so let's fucking go in and make a full system tutorial about Tekken. And then when we had to do it again for Tekken Tag 2, we were like, alright, we can cut this stuff out. It's not as important. But we can condense these parts into these ways. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed doing that. And for Tekken 7, we would have done the same thing, but you know, they didn't want to do it. So they didn't want to pay us to do it. At the time, we were still finishing up E-League Street Fighter V last year, because they get the production budget, not production. It's whatever it is. The budget for like advertising the game is where tutorial kind of money comes from. So that budget isn't until close to the launch of the game, essentially. So basically, they were like, we don't have budget for that. So because of that, they didn't do it. Instead, like, I think I did a video for my YouTube channel, my YouTube network. Like, they offered me, because Tekken 7 was launching, they just wanted, this is the crazy shit, alright. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, actually. Let me think about this. It's been a year now. That means the contract had to be from a year ago. I guess I can't go into details, but I can say that instead of setting aside money to make official tutorials, money was set aside to get influencers on YouTube to play the game and show it to their audience, right? So that's basically all that happened. So that was, you know, probably not a terrible idea, right? That's how things are done nowadays. But in the future, I hope that they set aside some of that same budget for tutorial content as well as for the influencers, right? Like, because what ended up happening was I was an influencer, right? And there's a video on my channel. Let's take a look if I can find it. Let's see. It's probably from a year ago. I don't actually know how to find this. I'm not breaking any NDA. What is it called? How do I find it? How do I find a video from a year ago? What would it be called? It's gotta be Tekken 7 something. But there's like a billion Tekken 7 videos on my channel, probably, right? That's a funny screenshot. That's pretty good. Well done, Jin4576. How do we sort this? This is impossible. This is absolutely impossible. A year ago? Ah, this one. This video right now, right? This is the one. I got super lucky finding this.
Classic.
So this video here, you can see it says here in the description, right? God damn, that was too hype. Spartan 117, 44 months in a row. hella booms. How do I click this? There we go. Thank you very much, Spartan. Welcome back with the 44 months in a row. Damn. See, Spartan's one of those guys who was around forever ago. Kizzy, you never seen the subs here, man? That's where all the hype comes from. Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, this video here, right? You see in the video description here, it says, thanks again to Bandai Namco Tekken 7 for partnering with me on this video. Check out the link for more. What is this link? Ah, see? And this link takes you to the website. So, basically, I was an influencer that was hit up to make a video about playing Tekken 7. They wanted me to make a Let's Play video for Tekken. Right? So, there were a bunch of these kind of videos that came out from a bunch of influencers, right? And this is what the budget was set aside for. Right. So, is this kind of video from all these influencers worth as much to sell the game as it is for tutorials? I think this is probably more valuable, right? So if you're a company like Bandai Namco and you're like, how do we sell a game? You know, there's all these influencers on Twitch and YouTube, etc. How do we get them to tell their audience to buy our game? You know? So, what they did was, a bunch of people got paid to make these kind of videos to tell their audience to go buy Tekken 7. It probably worked. I have no idea. You know? I have no idea. But because of that, they didn't set money aside to make tutorials. So that sucks. Yeah. But, you know, this was, this video I think sucks, right? Like, this is not the kind of video I want to make. I think I went through it. I think I played a little bit of the story mode. I went through all the menus. It was like, you know, here's the gallery mode. Here's the fucking customization shit in the game. And then they're like, you know, here's the arcade mode. Let's see what happens at the end of the arcade mode. Blah, blah, blah. You know, that was it. And they wanted us to have like a focus on whatever, right? So I went through a little bit of story mode because I knew I still wanted to stream it. So I didn't want to go through a lot of it here either. So I did all that. And I was like, there you go, let's play. That was Tekken 7. This was a preview, right? Because they gave me the game early to make this too. But it was just like, I got paid for this. Probably like, probably a big chunk, a huge chunk of what I got paid to make the Tekken Tag 2 tutorials. You know? So when I think about it that way, I'm like, this to me is hella easier, right? Like, why would I even make tutorials if I'm gonna get paid a fraction of this, you know, when I can just do bullshit like this? That's way easier. All I had to do I literally had to boot the game up, click through stuff, and say like, oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at this. Let's play some arcade mode. Let's play some story mode, and yeah, cool. They overpaid considering the number of views. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Zonk Knuckle, check this out. All right, so this video got 13,000 views. For the amount they paid, it's not unreasonable for the amount they paid, considering the target audience, etc. Right? Look at this video I made. This is a video I made for the start of Tekken 7, right? This one I was not paid to make. I was not paid to make this video at all. I said LUYG, 10 tips to get started with Tekken 7. 112,000 views. Right? It's literally got like what, 9, 10 times the number of views almost. And it's only a 7-minute video. You know, this still took me more time to make than the last video, right? The last video is 3 times as long, or 4 times as long, but it's way easier to make that last video, right? Because you just had to sit there and do it. This one you actually had to plan stuff out, film stuff, say the right things, etc., etc., right? Like, but this video, which video do you think is more worth it for Namco? Like, I don't actually know. Like, I feel like this video right here taught hella people about the basics of Tekken at like a super fucking low level, or a super, what level is that? A super fucking introductory level, right? A lot of people who don't know much about fighting games are interested in Tekken, or coming from Street Fighter, coming to Tekken. That's what it was for. And this video, I think, is honestly the style of tutorial I wanted to make for Tekken 7. I wanted to do a lot of these kind of videos where they were just shorter, 7 to 8 minutes long, and they talked to you through the stuff you needed to know really quickly, and the stuff that you didn't need to know you'd figure out later. But just the key stuff you needed to know. So this is what I wanted to do, but there's no budget set aside for it. So why would I spend more time doing something like this when I could have spent way less time doing something like this? It's like a no-brainer, right? No-brainer.